Hi, happy Sunday and a splendid week ahead. Welcome to today's video where I'll be discussing with you few questions that you may come across during your visa interview at any of the embassies abroad. But to help you understand this subject matter, I want you to take note of these few facts. The first thing is most of the answers that you will be required to give during your interview session should go in line with what is on your application form. Make sure what you say is in sync of what is in your application form and the rest of the documents. And most of these interview questions are quite common with most embassies that you may intend to apply for a visa for. But for the purpose of this video, we'll be taking the case of Thailand. So supposing you are applying for a Thai visa and you've been invited for an interview, what are the questions you should expect? Keep watching to learn more. But before I share these questions, I urge you to subscribe to the channel and of course sign up for channel membership. The first question you will definitely come across is, why are you visiting Thailand, for example? This question seeks to find out your motive of traveling to the country. So you've got to explain in line with the type of visa you're applying for. If you're coming as a tourist, then you've got to explain that you're taking a break from your job. So you've decided to travel and explore Thailand. If you're applying for other visa categories like education or work visa, then you should definitely explain that you're either coming for studies or you've obtained employment. That explains the reason why you're turning in your application. The next question you'll likely come across is, where would you be living in Thailand? This question again seeks to elicit from you if you've sought out your accommodation, because nobody wants to send you into their country and you end up wandering the street. So for you to answer this question, you need to think of the information on your travel itinerary, in this case hotel booking. Explain that you've booked a place to live like your hotel, or maybe you've booked a house or inn, or maybe you have friends that you will be patching with. If that's the case, explain, but make sure these facts are also inclusive on your travel itinerary. The next question you definitely come across is, how long would you be staying? Again, you are applying for a specific visa. They want to know if you have plans to come back for your country, and this question is quite tricky for those applying for a tourist visa, because as a tourist you're bound to return back to your country. So you have to explain that you will be coming back on a specific date, and again this date must go in line with your application. Please take note of this. So if you intend to spend 30 days, you've got to explain that you'll be spending 30 days and you will come back on this set day. The next question you likely have is, what guarantee is there that you'll return to your country? This is one of the most important questions in almost all the countries. When you go out for a visa interview, they will definitely ask this question. So to convince those on seat that you return to your country, you need to highlight points like the fact that you have a family that you've got to return to in case you are a tourist. For those studying, you may want to convince them that you are going to study, gain knowledge abroad, international experience, but you intend to return back home to work in your country. Or if you're going for employment, simply state that you'll be returning back after the employment period or the completion of your contract. They need to see substantial reason that you will be returning to your home country. The next question you're bound to come across is, do you have a friend, family member in that country, say Thailand? Again, you've got to be careful about this question, because if you've got a family and you are applying for a tourist visa, it might complicate your situation, because the embassy might think having a family there is enough reason for you to come and stay. It's not like they don't want you to stay in their country. The main purpose here is for you to apply for the right visa. So as a tourist, I would advise you avoid this question, in a sense that you should say you do not know anybody, because if you reveal that you have a relation in Thailand, for example, it might complicate your status based on the visa category, that is tourist visa. So if you're applying for the tourist, simply say you do not have a family member there, and even a friend. If you want to say you have a friend, it shouldn't be somebody you're quite close to. Just say somebody you know, maybe casually, and this person will help you around the country. Yeah. But if you are on other visa categories like student visa, work visa, then it's okay to say, yeah, you know somebody, because this is a long-term visa. That is quite okay to accept that. There are lots of other questions you may come across, like who is sponsoring the trip. Some people do travel under sponsorship of parents or company. You need to explain that you're being sponsored by somebody, and your explanation has to come with substantial evidence in the form of bank statement. Again, this should go in line with your application. The bank statement you're using in your application should be exactly what you should be telling the embassy during the interview. So state that this sponsor is capable by providing his or her bank statement and proof of employment. But if you're the one sponsoring yourself, self-sponsorship, again, you need to prove your financial capability by showing your bank statement. And of course, the next question, and it's actually the last based on the video for today, that you will definitely expect from the embassy is, have you got an employment? This question is simply to know your source of finance. Again, you have to prove your employment status. If you're self-employed, go ahead and prove the things that you're doing in the form of registration and other documents. So these basically are the few questions that you're bound to come across during a visa interview. And the information you give should sync with what is on your application, because the embassy is checking these facts. If they see any inconsistency, they might refuse you the visa. I hope this few information helps you to prepare for your interview. And before you go for the interview, there are a few things you should do. Dress formally. Avoid all the yo man what's up stuff. You the slave queen, avoid exposing your body. Dress presentably. You know, you're going to someone else's country and there is huge cultural difference. You don't want to present yourself in a negative way. Remember, first impression counts a lot. And arrive at the embassy as early as possible. And be polite, listen to instruction, and avoid showing any sign of frustration. This is a general rule, or there are general rules. It doesn't matter where you are applying for a visa, but respect these facts. Thanks for watching, and as usual, if you enjoyed the video, smash the subscribe button, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section of this video if you have any queries. Bye for now.